Here we have 18 over x minus 2 is equal to 1 plus 20 over x plus 2. So what would be the first step, anyone? What do we need to do? Find the LCD again. LCD. We want to find the LCD among all of these. So you can put the 1 here if you want to remind yourself that you have a fraction here also. So anybody can tell me what's the LCD here? Okay, x minus 2, that's right, times x plus 2. What are we going to do with this? What do you have to do with this LCD? Multiply each term, not both sides. Multiply each term, you have 3 terms here. Multiply all these 3 terms by LCD. By doing that, again, we guarantee to eliminate fraction. But before we do that, we have to make a note of some restrictions. For what value of x, this would be undefined. For what value of x, this fraction would be undefined. Anybody? Somebody says 2. That's right. We cannot have, we're going to make a little note here. We cannot have x minus 2 be equal to 0. In other words, x cannot be equal to 2. Always make a little note here. And for the last one, also, x plus 2 also cannot be equal to 0. Does that make sense? Because if we let that equal to 0, then we are going to have undefined. So x cannot be equal to plus or minus 2. So if I find any of these answers at the end, I'm going to exclude them as part of my solutions. So if I multiply each term by LCD, okay, I can write down x minus 2 times x plus 2. I can write it over 1, make it look like a fraction, and multiply that with the first term. Okay, the first term here is what? 18 over x minus 2 equal to, then I multiply the second fraction again with the same x minus 2 times x plus 2 over 1. We multiply that by the next term, which is 1 plus 1. And then we multiply the last term by LCD again, which is x minus 2 times x plus 2 over 1 times 20 over x plus 2. Remember why we're doing this again. We're doing this to eliminate the fraction. So my next step would be to simplify. All right, let's do that. X minus 2 turns to 1. And x plus 2 over x plus 2 turns to 1. So what do I get for the first term, anyone? What do we get for the first term? 18 times x plus 2, very good, equal to, what's the second term? X minus 2 times x plus 2. And the last term, 20 times x plus 2. You notice that I don't have any fractions anymore, right? Now this equation, the linear equation, is equivalent to this equation. So which one is easier to solve? This one, right? Isn't this a lot easier to solve than this one? So the step is to multiply each term by LCD. In one step, you would eliminate the fractions. Now everybody should be able to solve this easily, right? So if I distribute this, what do I get? 18x plus 36 equal to, now we already know this is the difference of square, so this should be equal to what? X squared minus 4, right? Remember that? A minus B times A plus B, A squared minus B squared. So I didn't have to multiply term by term. Even if you did that, you would get this. And then the last term would be what? 20x minus 40. Let's combine like terms. Do you have anything I can combine at the right-hand side? What do I get if I combine the numbers on the right-hand side? Negative 44. And what if I move both of these to the right and make this 0, and then on the right hand side I would get minus 18x. Does that make sense? Minus 36. I'm really subtracting 30x and 18x. So I want to make this a standard form so I can start working on factoring. So I have x squared here. If I combine all the x, what do I get? That would be plus what? Just 2x. If I combine all the constant, what do I get? Negative what? 80? Yeah. Good. All right. Equal to 0. To solve this, what do I have to do? Factor them. Is it factorable? If it's not factorable, we can use quadratic formula, but let's see if it's factorable. Somebody tell me, what are you going to select here? 10 and 8? 8, if I use 8 and 10, the product would be 80. And if I subtract this, I get 2, right? So I want to have plus 10 minus 8, so I would get plus 2, and then the product of minus 8 and plus 10 is indeed is 80, negative 80. So there we have it. X minus 8 is equal to 0. So what is x is equal to? 8. Or x plus 10 is equal to 0 means x is equal to negative 10. Can I pick both of these answers as a solution? Neither of them are 2 or minus 2, so I'm going to box this. You can always go back and check your answer by plugging the numbers here and convince yourself these are the correct answer. So which one should I pick? A, B, C, or D? B. Now it looks like B is the correct